What's going on, people? One of my Facebook friends was asking me about sage, and she wanted to know if I sold sage in my store, which I do. And I told her that I had the sage and the sage holder. That's what this is. And she wanted to know how to use it. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that burn sage. Some people prefer frankincense and myrrh, or maybe some other things. I myself, I don't burn sage. Um, I'm more of a frankincense and myrrh person. So when I'm about ready to do my prayers or my studying, or if I sense something negative in the air in my store or even in my home, which is rare, I burn some frankincense and myrrh to clear the atmosphere from any negativity. All right. Now, people burn sage um, for their own reasons. You know, you have people that's into Wicca, witchcraft, whatever, and they use sage to cleanse, the atmosphere, in their homes or wherever they're practicing at or doing their work. They would use sage to anoint their candles, or if they're using crystals, they would use the sage to anoint that. And there's certain ways of doing that, but I don't do that, so I'm not really gonna speak on that. I'm not gonna teach that, okay? But I just want to show her and those of you who is not really familiar with this how to light sage. Now, sage to me smells like weed. It smells like marijuana. And I personally don't burn it. I use frankincense and myrrh. Now, I can either use frankincense and myrrh, even sage, in the oil. It comes in the little rocks, that you can buy. Now, the frankincense look like little crack rocks or whatever, right? It does, man. And I remember one time a cop came in the store and saw it and was looking at it like, what is that? And I kind of played it off on it. But yeah, you do it the same way, and that's what you use this for, And you can also burn the sage using this too, because this is charcoal. You can break it in half, light the charcoal, put it in a holder, what type of holder you have, and then put the sage on top of it, and then it would just send it up. I think when she was asking about the sage, I think her mind was directed more towards the sage sticks, like the people use and walk around their house with and anoint their homes, businesses, or if they're like anointing candles or crystals or objects, furniture, things of that nature. Okay, but I'm just going to do a quick video on how to light it. It's a piece of cake. It's easy. It's a no-brainer. Okay, but there's people out there that's not familiar with it. Now, this right here is an incense holder. Okay, you open it up, and the cone incense. You can put cone incense in there. You can put the frankincense and myrrh in there, or sage. And once you light it, the only thing you need to do is just close it, and then the smoke comes out of these holes. Okay, but I'm gonna light it right quick and show you how it worked. Now, this is the sage, and kind of looks like weed too, right? So don't y'all be trying to sell this, man. Don't be trying to sell it and be trying to pretend like it's weed, man, and deceiving folk like that. But you just put it right in there and get a lighter. Now, I have a lighter, but it doesn't, fit down in there, so I'm gonna have to use a stick. You light it, and then you just set fire to it. That's all you do. Let it burn. Let it burn until it starts smoking on its own. It will smoke on its own. Okay. Blow that out right quick, and you see how that smokes. Okay, and it begin to start acting like charcoal, like when you're cooking out, and you light charcoal and put charcoal fluid on, it sets up the area. You see how the smoke comes up? So there's people that will use this smoke to anoint their home or certain objects or whatnot. You close this down, and as you see, the smoke comes right out of the holder. This is one of the things or a few of the things that I sell in my business. Okay, but that's it. That's all. And then there's some people, if they don't have the sage sticks, they can actually walk around with the holder. I seen a lady that was practicing, she called herself a Wiccan, she was practicing witchcraft, and she was walking around this bookstore. I went in there to get this certain book, and she was walking around this bookstore with one of these things, and she was anointing her business and whatnot. So, it really depends upon your motive and intention, and then, you got people that will walk around with it, or when they anoint their house, they try to, enforce their motive and intention on what they do. They recite certain psalms, and I might do a video on that, because I was talking to my son the other day about the psalms, and how even you have people that claim that they don't believe in the Bible or the scriptures. They claim they don't believe in God, but they will use the psalms, to practice witchcraft or to practice voodoo. I mean, they sell the psalms as a separate book, and I used to sell that book, and every time I got it in, it would sell out. And the people that bought it the most were people that call themselves practitioners. Okay, so they were the ones that bought it, because they would actually use the psalms because they know it works. But they would tell you it's not real. They would tell you that it's make believe. They would tell you it's some type of fairy tale, right, to discourage you from receiving that power from the Most High. But they themselves would take that same book and use it to practice witchcraft or sorcery. Okay, so that's how you light it. Feedback, tell me what you think. Till next time, I'm fearless.